George MacDonald's own way of writing that, his style as a mythopoetic, is that I think what he's doing is performing and in a sense really contributing to God's own act of creation, creative expression. God will create a world that is perfectly suited to every single person's coming to choose to become who they are.
Yeah.
Creative expression. And that's the only rule. And in a sense, the only rule is love. If we tend to think, if we just knew all the rules, we could predict everything and kind of then control everything.
Yeah.
But what we don't realize is that God really isn't interested in control. He's
Mm-hmm.
interested in love. Creative expression. When I say Lilith is my religion, I feel like that's performed by the way he wrote it. Like he's enacting it. And you can really tell that the care he takes with the characters is he just wants to be true, not just to them, but to their process of becoming who they really are.
Right.
Creative expression. He says the only thing that can never change is the moral law.
Yes.
Or I would just say the law of love. Everything else can. And so this sort of like God is kind of he's a wild lover out to do whatever he needs to do to get you to see the fulfillment of your own deepest desire. And like that, there's no other rule. Creative expression. God is love.
Yeah.
So he himself is the only law of what he makes. Creative expression. We tend to want security abstractly. We just want to be safe. But God is less interested in us being safe than being who we really are. Creative expression. Of course, paradoxically, that is the only safety. There is no way to lay out abstractly how a person becomes a person. The only way to really attend to a person, to a child, is to know them. And you have to know them in process, and you have to know where they've been. You have to know where they are. You have to know where they're going. You have to know what it will take for them in particular to get there. There's so many of these themes in MacDonald, right? About doors. How do you go in? The only way in is through yourself.
Yes.
The fact that the door to this other world is a mirror.
Yes.
Right. So it's through yourself.
Yeah.
You think you're going out, but you're going in.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about the detail, the fine-grained, granular detail that God has to pay attention to in process and in motion in the project of creation. He's raising children. He's trying to, have us come fully into our faces.
Each person fully manifesting their telos, their ultimate end in him.
Creative expression.